You know, it was Jared Hess, my old friend from Nacho Libre, who reached out to me. He said, look, we're making Minecraft. Jason Momoa's on board. I want you to jump in here and be kind of like brotherly adversaries with Jason Momoa. But throughout the course of the movie, you become friends, and then you become fierce partner warriors. And I thought that sounded so fun and lots of potential for comedy. And love Jason Momoa in the movies I've seen him in. And I've always been thinking, man, it would be fun to do something with Jason, to collab. And I love Jared from Nacho days. That was one of the best movie experiences I've ever had. So it was really a no-brainer. Oh, and also, my family are Minecrafters. And I played Minecraft back in the day with my sons because I wanted to speak their language. So I learned how to play and love the game. Steve kind of mentors this kid, this little kid that comes into this world, Henry, who in a lot of ways is the real hero of the movie. He's this kid who also doesn't really fit in society. He's really brilliant and really creative, but he's also kind of quiet and doesn't really have a lot of friends and isn't really appreciated because those qualities aren't always appreciated in the real world. He's not a tough guy, he's not a jock, he's not a this and that. And in the meantime, he's like this genius kid. And once he comes into the Minecraft world, he starts to flourish just like Steve did. And so Steve sees this kid and he's like, oh, this kid's gifted. This kid reminds me of someone else that might have some gifts. And so I teach him my ways a little bit, and he kind of blows my mind that he already can do stuff that I can't even do. And it's kind of a cool dynamic between those two characters. We do have a ball. And if I said that I didn't try to make them laugh while they were on camera and ruin a take once in a while, I'd be lying. And they would be too, because they've done it to me too. That's always kind of the magical line that you want to ride, and I think we have in this movie, where you want to get the day. There's a lot of actual work to be done. You got to remember all those lines, you got to hit all those marks and do all those props, but you also want to have fun doing it. Not to the point where you're ruining every take by laughing every take on every line, but to the point where it doesn't feel like work, when it feels like we're just having a ball. That's the magic ingredient. I think the work is better when you're having fun. Maybe that's just me, but we definitely had some fun on this one. It's a phenomenon. This game has been loved by millions and millions of kids all over the world for years now. And I think this movie is a big deal for a lot of people, because now it's generational. There's kids that have grown up and are out in the world working and living and have families of their own. It's been that long that the game has been part of our world. So it'll be cool to finally bring that universe into cinemas. The whole production design is brilliant. And when you see some of these sets and these props, you're gonna be blown away at how faithful and how beautiful this world has become, using all of the elements of the video game Minecraft. Grant Major, legendary production designer. I know him from a long time ago, about 20 years ago. We worked together on King Kong. So dude's a legend, brilliant, and he's bringing all of his mustard sauce on this one.
Jared Hess I love, I adore. When I got to meet him, I truly, if I can ever always keep working for Jared, I will. I love his movies. I love the characters he's built, and he's just a phenomenal human being, one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. Amazing father, husband, can't say enough good things. So I was like, I'm in with Kale, And then we started casting it up and trying to find the right things. And then some casting fell out. And then I just put this, I was always like, this role should be, this is my hero's role. Like, I love Jack Black so much. I love everything he does. You know, he got fame from a very young age, and he's just always stayed in that. And right now he's definitely this burnout. He's a bit of a loser, but he's got a kind heart. It's in there. He covers it up with arrogance and what he thinks is charm, and he just kind of scoots through life. But he's what he calls himself, a loner. Thinks he's a loner, but he wants to be with someone. He wants to be a part of a pack. He finds his pack in this movie. I didn't. I'm sure there's a blooper reel. Like, it's insane to have to keep a straight face around Jack when you're like really into it. And there are scenes where I'm like, I can't stop. I think there's 4 solid moments where top 2 laughs of my life, and it was crying and trying to keep a straight face. And poor Emma, I'm ruining Emma's take. It's on her. I'm trying everything in my body to stop, but I just couldn't. I had to give into it, and that's what it's like. And I just apologize. I've never experienced anything like that before. That's with all comedians. I'm like, how do they get away with that? They have so much fun, and I think the crew does too. I mean, I never got to be a part of something like that. You know, I mean, everything's better in IMAX. Everything's better in IMAX. This world's perfect for IMAX. It's gonna be cool to have this whole genre of kids who love Minecraft, and I think we're doing a really phenomenal job respecting it and building something that people are gonna really love. And that's everyone. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, kids, the baby. Like, everyone's gonna love this movie, and that's a fun thing to do. There's nothing better than going to the movie theaters with your whole family coming out and just like, you remember that? Oh my God, that part and that part. That's what it's about. Storytelling. Sitting around a fire telling stories. Emma, who will one day win many Oscars. She's an amazing talent. I'm excited to see her career grow. She feels like a little sister. She's phenomenal in the movie. Danielle, just wonderful. She's rays and rays of sunshine. I love her. She's funny. Our first scene together, everything she did, I was just laughing. She just got, and she's such a huge fan of Jack too. So, and both of us are just fans of him. So it's funny to watch us like working at the same time with him. And she's the best. Amazing singer, but she brings light to the set too. Like, we had an amazing set. Just a lot of life and fun. Hank, Sebastian is just, to be able to hold that role down is a tough shoes to step in to play that role. Really, really tough. And he killed it, and there was no one in the world that could have done that. It was really, really, to me, he had the hardest role. He was probably the adult more than all of us. We're all goofballs, but I love him. Do anything for him. I think he did an amazing job.
Working and collaborating with Mojang, I mean, there was no other way that we could have done this film. It's like step by step. I mean, this is their baby, and it's their baby that's become the world's baby in a fun way. And we knew from the outset, it's like, we have to have them on the team collaborating with us from just even the concept art and design stage of this film all the way through production into post-production, and their input and participation in it has just been unbelievable. Yeah, so as we were developing the film, we spent a lot of time. It was like, how do we translate this 16-bit quality of the game into a live action film? Like, how do we realize those designs as still cubed characters, but that have flesh and hair and bits and feel like sentient beings? And so we spent a lot of time with really amazing artists at Weta, concept artists, where we were kind of trying to crack, like, gosh, how do we bring like the piglins to life? And we finally kind of landed on this thing where it's like, we really wanted to protect the cubic silhouette of everything for the film, but bring an organic, lived-in quality to it, that it felt like a real being. And instead of just like a direct 16-bit kind of like you're in a video game, it's like we're treating the overworld as another dimension, a whole other world that's defined by the cubic quality of it, but has real, tangible things in it. People that have never played the game, I think going on a journey with these characters into this fascinating, totally unique world, it's just such a ridiculous fun ride. It's like, don't worry, if you don't understand it, your kids will. But there's so much to enjoy. You're going to be so entertained by Danielle Brooks and Jack Black and Jason Momoa and Jennifer Coolidge. There's so much for people that don't know anything about the game. This is at its heart, it's a big adventure comedy. Just the world that we've created for the film. It's magical. There's nothing like it, and I think. It's great. We shot the film in New Zealand, but we were incredibly blessed to be able to work with Grant Major, who was the genius production designer behind the Lord of the Rings films. And in our early talks with him, again, we brought him on board, connected him with the team at Mojang, and immediately kind of got started on like, how do we bring this to life? And Grant and his team of concept artists just, we went through rounds of stuff until we kind of finally landed on, the look and how to bring it to life. Because it's like, you don't want it to look like it's just digital blocks of stuff. It's like you want it to have real world textures and everything on it. And, so many of the sets, like the Midport Village, the interior of the Woodland Mansion, all of those things, anything that was within proximity of our actors, like we built it.
When Dawn goes into the overworld, she definitely starts to figure out what she wants to do. I think it's because of this love that she finds with this wolf named Dennis, which happens to be my husband's name. But anyway, this wolf, Dennis, really helps her to understand that she wants to work with animals, and that's the thing that she really wants to do. And I think it's also the relationship that she builds with Steve's character and watching their relationship that reminds her, like, yeah, this is what I love, this is what I want to do. And it's through a conversation that she has with Natalie, a girl one-on-one talk, that she discovers, yeah, I can do this. So I love doing stunts, and we got to do a lot of different stunts. It was been a lot of running, a lot of screaming while I'm running. It's been a lot of fighting with swords and stuff, and it's been really cool. The stunt crew is phenomenal, working with my stunt double, Naila. She's been phenomenal, and they've really made sure that we were safe while doing all of this, because it is a lot of like being harnessed and flying through walls and portals. So you really have to be careful. But we had a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. It is really hard keeping a straight face during this process. We laugh and giggle and try to be serious all the time. The other day, me and Emma could not stop laughing because I had to keep saying, and we gotta find a boat. We gotta find a boat. And just the way I said it, we kept breaking character. It was so much. It's been so much fun. I really enjoy working with everybody. Jack is my homie. I think the world of him, I think he just commits 150% to everything that he does. And it's so much fun to learn from him, whether he knows it or not. I'm always watching him and observing him and just watching his genius. And so any moment I'm like asking Jared, can I just have a little more time with him? I wish that we could have spent more time working together, because he's just a dream. And Jason has been a lot of fun too. Like, I think a lot of people don't get to see him in funnier roles. And so to get to watch him, do his ba-dum-tsh moments, have his little funny bits has been really fun to watch. He's such a gentle giant. My favorite part of this process is just coming to work. I love this job. I really, really do. I love working with Jared, our director, on this project. He's so imaginative, and I love just the way in which he gives us notes he kind of shows you how he wants it, which some actors might not like, but I actually like his approach to it. I like his approach to how he comes and directs us as actors, and there's just this thing in his eyes where when he says something a certain way, you get it, and or he does with his mouth, and you're like, oh, I know exactly what you want, man. So it's been fun to do that. I really enjoyed working in the Mushroom Safe House that Natalie and Dawn create together, because women do Minecraft too, okay? But that was really, really cool. You have these like white splatters all over the wall, and it's this huge red room, and it's just really, really cool. These beautiful like square flowers going on the exterior of the house. And then I love the moment where Steve and I get to like see this from the outside together and just admire what we've been able to create, these people who are not that familiar with this world.
So Natalie is dealing with the recent loss of a parent. She's got a younger brother who she now has to step in as the role of mother, but also still trying to keep her sisterly relationship with her brother. So that's quite an issue in her life, and also still wanting to be a kid, but realizing that now you have all these responsibilities you have to take on. And so when her and Henry get thrown into the overworld, I think it gives her a chance to kind of realize that not everything is as serious as she's kind of saying it, and she can appreciate her younger brother's talents and what he does and what he has passions for, while also, you know, still being a motherly figure to him. And I think the overworld kind of lets her realize her passions and her talents and her things that she wants to do, things that she never got to do because of all these responsibilities she's taking on. And so I think throwing her into the overworld is quite good for her. She can kind of think about her life in a different way. So when they meet Steve, who is very similar to Henry in his creative ways, he kind of gives her a different outlook on her brother, and how she can let him explore his gift and creativeness and not have to worry about it. And that then in turn gets Natalie to rethink her life and her creativeness. So I think Steve plays a very big part in Natalie's character development throughout the movie. Stunt-wise, Danielle and I we're in there quite a bit. I've never done sword fighting before, so I've been learning how to do that. I've been learning how to use a garden hoe and a shovel and a sword and all sorts of things. And it's been really fun choreographing all the fight scenes because I love that me and Danielle get to do it together. It's so fun with her. Just two girls kicking butt. We love it. The stunts is hard work. Never done that sort of thing before, but in the end, it's totally worth it. I love doing stunts, so it's been really fun. Jared's great. Jared's really fun. Jared makes sure that you're having fun. I remember like one of the first conversations I had with him was he was like, I don't want this to feel like work. I want this to be fun. I don't want you to be stressed coming into work. I don't want it to be something you're dreading. I want you to want to come into work every day. And he's really made it that sort of environment. Just fun, easygoing, nothing's stressful, there's no pressure to do anything. It's just having a good time. And he's a really funny dude, and yeah, he's been awesome to work with. Jason's wig makes me laugh like crazy. But he turns from this like macho dude into like this very glory days kind of guy who won't let go of his 80s win. But he's very much in this film, very much like, oh yeah, I can do this, but then he can't. And it's very funny watching him do that. He's very comedic. And it just makes me laugh every time he's on set.